Hey Sarah, this book is about a girl named Anna who is sent by her parents to boarding school in Paris, which to me sounds like a dream come true, but in the beginning of the novel she thought it was kind of a drag. She wanted to stay with her friends. One of the things I really thought was funny about this book was the non-direct but very severe criticisms to Nicholas Sparks, the best-selling author. Anna's dad is a best-selling author, and he writes Southern romances, and he has a fake spray tan, and he wears silly button-up shirts, and they basically go off and describe Nicholas Sparks and totally make fun of the dad, who is basically like a pseudo Nicholas Sparks. It's just really amusing because you know what they're talking about, but they don't actually ever say it. So Anna goes to boarding school in Paris where she meets this boy. And you know how it is. He's like the boy. He is French and British. So he's a French boy with a British accent when he speaks English. And he's just like very swoon-worthy, dreamy kind of boy. And she meets him, and of course he has a girlfriend. She becomes really good friends with this boy. Until finally one day he tells her he likes her. The problem with this is he's like really, really drunk. And he has a girlfriend. So she, in a way, basically just has to like ignore it. Pretty much every girl has a boy that they like who they have to watch date somebody else. And, you know, and it happens. But I don't know if most girls have boys tell them they like them and then have to watch them date other girls. And that really sucks. And what you really see in this novel is Anna's heartbreak. She's a very realistic character in that she feels things intensely, and you, as the reader, get to feel it as well. When I read this book, my heart was literally breaking alongside Anna's as I watched her go through all of this drama. I think I kind of compare these books to Sarah Dessen books in my head. You know, I'm a huge Sarah Dessen fan. But one thing that Sarah Dessen has is these characters who fall into sort of similar archetypes of these girls who are very rational and very, like, perfect. At least, like, the world sees them as very, like, composed and things, and what you see is stuff going on in their head. But they still have a way to rationalize their emotions. And I think Anna and the French Kiss takes a similar, like, boy-girl situation, but you see a very honest and raw interpretation of her emotions, where she's not sitting there trying to tell herself that she doesn't like him or that it's going to be okay. She's just feeling the things she's feeling. When I went to LeakyCon this year, there was a panel where Stephanie Perkins was reading her diary entries, or her journal entries, from when she was in high school, and she was dating her now husband. You could see her writing in the same way, where everything's intensified and so much the biggest deal in the whole world. You can see her as an adult writing her novels this way, whereas I haven't seen it so well done in a lot of other young adult novels. So I think that was a really strong point of the book, and it made it very interesting and very nuanced. I mean, I know she goes to school in Paris and she's got like a lot of cool things going for her, but she's not necessarily like you read the book and you want to be her immediately. She's a little more real than that, and I really like that. I'm going to get kind of spoilery here for a second. So, as in most boy meets girl books, girl meets boy, he does come to his senses and realize that he does want to be with her, and they get together. But honestly, as I was reading these parts where he's doing all of these things that are hurting her, and there's all this confusion and complication, there was almost a part of me that wanted her to like move on and just be like, okay, now I've met another cute French boy. Have a nice life with your girlfriend. Of course, when they get together, it makes a better story. Yeah, it's really cute too. It's a good book. But I think that the emotion in it was so intense that I almost wanted them to not get together for the sake of, like, I don't know, pride or something. This is one of my favorite books that I read last year. And yeah, I think you should pick it up. I've told you this many times before. I can't wait for your video Friday. Sorry I was late. And so I'll talk to you later.